It's the river that runs through the heart of the Pacific Northwest, the mighty Columbia River, a river full of legend and lore and rich in natural and cultural history. Hi there, Grant McComey here, your host for Travel Oregon's Grant's Getaways. And this week it's only fitting that we're standing ashore of the mighty Columbia, but soon we'll head out on the water in a small, maneuverable, and somewhat covert craft with a paddle, a PFD, and spirit of adventure to see a section of the river you may have missed as we explore the Lewis and Clark Wildlife Refuge by kayak.
Nice and easy now.
Could there be a better escape from a simmering, sweltering summer than time on a river?
We're about 5.5 to 6 miles above Tongue Point, just off the backwaters of Prairie Channel. And then we'll work our way on down and out into the wetlands of the Lewis and Clark Wildlife Sanctuary.
A time for old and new friends to gather, check their boats, and get into their safety gear.
So safety is a must, and that means PFD all times.
Lead guide Steve Gibbons takes no chances when the broad Columbia beckons. He carries a VHF radio and a GPS in case weather changes or he gets into unfamiliar waters.
It's important to have the right equipment, especially when you're getting out into waters that are going to be a little bigger and could be a little bit more challenging if you just don't know what you're going to get into. Okay, is that okay for you right there? Okay, here we go. Let's go have some fun, you guys. It's going to be an absolutely gorgeous day today.
It is a dreamy day as tide, wind, and sun merge to perfection, so we might paddle a stretch seldom seen so close. Steve Gibbons and his wife Bonnie, owners of Scappoose Bay Kayaking, steer newcomers like us, now firmly planted in the cockpits of smooth-sided 16-foot sea kayaks, across familiar routes that the duo has paddled for nearly 2 decades.
And we're going to work our way out into a little cutout that'll put us back out into Prairie Channel. That's very cool.
The flat-bottom boats float across just 4 inches of water, so it's easy to explore 8,000 acres of islands, mudflats, and tidal marshes.
It's amazing. You do feel like Lewis and Clark when you're out here, discovering it for the first time.
Chris and I learned that the Lewis and Clark National Wildlife Refuge was established in 1972. More than 20 islands stretching over 27 miles of river. The stretch is also part of the Lower Columbia River Water Trail, a 146-mile bi-state reach from Bonneville Dam to the Pacific. Here you feel close to an unchanged landscape as Gibbons shows off native plants called wapato that Native Americans gathered and ate.
It's a water plantain, and although there's no potatoes on the bottom of it now, or perhaps I didn't grab it deep enough to even get any, but they would carve small little dugout canoes, and the women would tie them to their belt or a sash or something around their waist, and they would walk through the muck, and they could feel the potato at the bottom with their toes, and then reach down and get it, wash it off a little bit, and then stick it into their boat, and they would work the wapato areas and get this small potato that then they would grind up into like a gruel or a oatmeal, a mash almost, high in starch. And that's one of their main staples for their food was wapato. Here's some Canada geese in front of us. And an eagle as well, right up above it. You see the big tall fir tree right there? And about 15 feet down, looks like maybe there might be an eagle's nest in there.
You're just out here with the wildlife. There's usually no other people, so it's very calm and peaceful. This is just a great, great peaceful place to paddle.
Nearby, Bonnie's 10-year-old granddaughter Bailey matches the adults' paddle strokes with ease.
I have never seen one kid that didn't like it. They come back and they just love paddling. They love getting out there, and usually they're with their parents in a tandem the first time. The next time they come out, they want to be in their own kayak.
I love the color of your kayak. Did you pick that out?
Yeah, I did, but there was a purple one too, but I like this one better.
What do you like about it?
It's a lot smaller and a lot easier to paddle.
TRACEY Cole took her first lesson a decade ago, and she was hooked.
That's the beauty of living in the Northwest. If you have the time, take a notion, you can grab your boat and go and be somewhere peaceful and beautiful and enjoying the wildlife in very short order.
In fact, her husband, Alan Cole, built her a stunning boat of cedar and oak and mahogany. Ever since, the two have traveled across the region's waterways together.
Just something about wood that just kind of sets me off, that I enjoy doing, you know, and the look and the feel, and plus it's just a hobby, and it keeps me occupied, which I really like too, you know.
Plus, amazing moments like this.
Yeah, they're chasing each. Oh, look at that! They twist on each other. There they go. Oh, oh, gosh!
Two eagles caught in a moment of rare romance, intertwined and spinning down.
That was beautiful. Wow. That was great.
It's a reward for our efforts as we find a comfort zone on the glassy river where confidence grows with each stroke. It is a day filled with summer's glory and intimate moments where nature's touch restores the soul.
It's quiet, it's relaxing, it's exercise. Wonderful spot.
Steve and Bonnie Gibbons insist there is no bad time to explore the Columbia River because there's always something new to see and experience, especially in a kayak where peace and solitude are always by your side. You can find all the details and the directions to Scappoose Bay Kayaks on the Travel Oregon website. So until next week, get out here and explore a corner of the Northwest you may have missed. You won't be disappointed. For Travel Oregon, I'm Grant McComey.